Hello everyone, it's Susan Elford. Are you a small business owner or a busy person who hasn't yet planned out their 2019? Not to worry, most people don't plan their year ahead. But if you're anything at all like me, you know that you're going to be more successful if you at least have some targets and some ideas about what you're looking to do in the coming year. Today is my second in a 4-part video series on getting ready to plan your 2019. And I know it's the end of January, so this is for you if you haven't yet done this, and you get a do-over. You get to restart 2019 in the way that you had intended to do it, with purpose, with passion, and with an outlook to making it the best year yet. I've been running my own business for 17 years, and I haven't always been planful about it. I will be the first to admit that when I started it, I was running it as more like a freelance operation while I was raising my young children. And now it's really much more of a solid business. I have ideal clients, I have a business plan, and I know what I'm intending to do for the year ahead. So I really enjoy these planning sessions that I do in December and early January to really celebrate and acknowledge what happened in the previous year and to make a plan for what I'd like to see happen in the coming year. So in the first video, which is posted on my Facebook page and on my website, I went through 3 key questions that I bring my clients through during our planning processes every year. I asked them what brought them the most joy or satisfaction in their business or in their life in the previous year. I asked them what the most disappointment or challenges was for them for their business in the previous year. And I asked them to notice what areas of their life or business were calling for their attention. What is it that kept coming at them over and over and over that they seemed to need to learn? Today I'm going to ask you 3 more questions. The first question is, where can you give yourself credit for your achievements from the last year? Well, let's think about that. Don't just think, okay, well, yeah, that went well. Let's just think, what did I do to make that go well? Where can I really give myself credit for having moved that part of my business or my life forward last year? What did you do to make those things happen? Did you work hard? Were you more thoughtful about your decision making? Did you say no to some things to allow more yeses to come in that you really wanted to make happen? What can you give yourself, yes, you, credit for? So take a few moments to do that, not right now, after this video, but just take the note of that question. Where can you give yourself credit for your achievements for last year? The next question for today is, what gifts can you see in the challenging times? I know there's going to have been challenging times. No one sails through. Even the people who look like they do, they just don't tell you about it, or they've managed to figure out a way to really overcome those challenges in a speedy way. So what gifts can you see in the challenging times? I like to call this reflection reversing the story. How can you turn the challenge into a positive? What are the gifts that those hard times really gave you? What did you learn? What do you want to remember from them? And what will you discard? What do you really don't need to repeat? I invite you to take a few moments to noodle on that one and to write down what you've noticed and how you can reverse the story of the hard times. And 3, what was your most significant turning point in 2018? Was there something that happened where you could see that the wave shifted, the tides were turning, something was shifting after that point in time? If not, that's okay. There might not be anything that's completely speaking to you, but there could be a light bulb moment where you said, okay, yeah, actually, now that I think about it, everything started getting better when, or everything started going downhill when. So just notice when that shift might have happened. And 4, my last question for you for today is, what were the lessons, themes, or threads of last year? I like to invite my clients to characterize their previous year with a word or phrase that, well, if you look back on the entire year, like, what themes rise up, either from a business or from a personal perspective? How would you characterize it? Like, I don't want you to say something like, it's fine, or it's over, like, let's move on. You can use words like slow and steady, or motivating, or stayed the course, or mudslinging, or rejuvenating, heartfelt, foundational, building. It can be any number of things, but it can be useful to look back at the lessons or themes by using a phrase. So that gives you some information to work on for tonight. And no matter what, I invite you to accept the year that was, whatever it brought you. Accepting and moving on is a good, healthy process that the beginning of my visioning is all about. So come back for my next video when I talk about what you need to do to move on and prepare for designing a year you're looking forward to creating. And if you're interested in really being purposeful about designing 2019 for your life or for your business, I'm holding a vision boarding workshop in Calgary next week. And what makes this really unique is that it's held in 2 parts. The first part is virtual. I do it over a Zoom video conference call. You don't have to have your video on if you don't want to. And I've got some handouts and we go through planning your vision for the coming year. And then the second part, which if you're in Calgary, you can come attend live. It's in this really cute art studio called Pinovate in Southeast Calgary. So I'd love for you to come to that. You can check out all the information on my Facebook page, or there's a link attached to this video. And I look forward to hearing from you, seeing you at that workshop potentially. And no matter what, I invite you to share with me what's come up for you as you've gone through these questions. Have a good night.